Hey everyone, welcome to another MLM Dumpster Fire. Today we're here to watch a live stream from Christina. I have not watched this. I don't know what she's gonna talk about, so we'll just jump right into it and react to it together. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and big shout out to my channel members as always. Thank you guys for being here. And I don't know, lately my phone is having issues with like focusing. I don't know why, but hopefully it's watchable, or at least listen if you can't watch my blurry face. Let's get into this.
I had one of those like aha moments this morning. I woke up and I was like, I need to go live about going live. Like, I need to be talking about the power of going live on social media for your business. I feel like for the most part,
I mentioned this in Top MLM Fails in this week's video, but like Christina has been really forcing her downline to go live more. She's made multiple shorter videos on going live as well. So this is a live stream about going live. So we probably won't watch the whole thing because it's like 25 minutes of her talking about going live, and I don't think anyone wants to sit through that, but let's see how it goes.
My day is spent coaching women on their online businesses, and my biggest thing I repeat on a regular basis is go live, go live. You need to go live, go live, go live, go live. And last year I went live for, oh my gosh, I don't know, I think it had to have been 90 days in a row. And it just created so much connection and so much positivity into my business and more of a community feel, which we know that the platform is trending in this way. I mean, especially as AI increases, people don't know what's real. When you are live, people know that you're real and a real human. But it seems to be people's greatest fear is going live.
Obviously, public speaking is probably one of the biggest fears in a lot of people out there.
Form of public speaking, although you are by yourself. And I also know that there is...
Yeah, you're still public speaking in real time because people are watching you in real time. It's not like an edited video. I mean, this is a public speaking, form of public speaking as well, but it's way less scary than doing it on a live stream.
Is this way that you can actually, I don't know if everybody's account has it, but you can actually select go live with no audience first and then post it. I'm like, that literally defeats the entire purpose. But if you're just jumping on here and you have an online business, I would actually love to hear from you in the comments. Like, why don't you go live? Okay, and I'll just kind of get it started, because this is the number one thing that a lot of people tell me is, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to talk about. Oh my gosh. Kayla said, whoa, I've never heard of that feature. Well, don't unhear of it. Do not use this feature. Okay. This literally defeats the entire purpose of going live. If you have no audience, posting it later, you may as well just not even do it. Okay. So fear of judgment. Okay. Yes. Now, okay. Within 5 lives, I got much more comfortable. Yes. I love that, Marina. Okay, so let's address I don't know what to talk about and fear of judgment, okay? I don't know what to talk about. That's a load, because we can literally give you things to talk about, and your case study is watching anybody go live, right?
You can give people things to talk about and they can still be awkward. Some people are just not good at talking by themselves, presenting, public speaking. So, not really a solution, but okay.
And it's like, you've watched people go live doing their makeup, or just telling a story about their day, or sharing news, or talking about something, right? So, I actually am working on a like complete social media guide for just like truly, like, I feel like we're niche what we do, but for that can actually transcend. And it's pretty much what I share on stages and when I speak, how I share how to convert. But in that is this whole little section on going live. And I realized there's not a lot of training on lives. It's like some people just do it and some people don't, for fear of judgment, most likely. So let's address that one. If you were gonna go to coffee with an old girlfriend or brunch with girlfriends you haven't seen in a while, you were gonna sit down at a table with them and you were gonna talk about certain things. these are the best types of things that you could be going live about. It's just a getting reacquainted. There's a certain, unless you're unfiltered like me and probably overshare like me, this is really the topics that people care about, want to hear about. And when you're sharing it with just your girlfriends, if you treat your phone like you're just talking to one person, even though the bright, it's kind of pinkish red live button is there showing you that you're live, do not worry about the eyeball number. Do not worry about that. You're talking to one person. And if you do happen to get engagement, then you can engage with someone and gives you that live interaction time people love. I've recently went over to the TikTok. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it. I don't know if I'm going to get banned now, but basically the clock app. I went over there and I was literally astonished by the way that these people are live and an auctioneer. We got Sarah on here, I'm going to pin her and everybody go follow her. And literally like an auctioneer. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, to me, that is not authentic to me, but I'm more of a storyteller, okay? So I prefer to get on and just kind of talk as though I'm talking to one person. But someone, I love this. I love this, okay? I get nervous because I stutter, so it's tough on me. I'm afraid to be judged. That kind of goes in alignment with Melissa's comment, and it says, I say and way too many times. There's a lot of phrases that I say repeatedly, and I used to be an and there it is. Truly is a word I say. There's actually a lot of statements I say a lot, like and so. There it is again. See, when you have this awareness that you're doing it and you're focusing on that, I'm focusing more on me when I catch myself doing that. I'm like hyper paranoid about me. But instead, my objective with this live is to be human. It's not actually to just, I do want to deliver value and I want people.
This doesn't really help the first comment that you read about the person who stutters. Like, you saying all of this, I feel like it's not going to help them because you're talking about saying and whatever too often. Obviously that doesn't help when people stutter, and I feel like people feel a lot more embarrassed about like stuttering and things like that than just saying like or literally too much. And it's just, I don't see how this is helpful to that first person. She's kind of ignoring, she read it, but then she ignored like trying to give advice on helping that person specifically. She's talking about the second one.
Able to see, and my biggest goal with this is to inspire you to go live. Like, that is actually my goal. And so if I want you to be going live and being your authentic self online, then me going on and kind of doing it first is going to be the way to help you do that. So let's say you want to be selling a product, selling a business opportunity, growing your brand online. The best way you can do that is go live and talk about those things and call yourself out on your nervousness. Call yourself out on just how human you are or how real it is. And it's great if there's interruptions. It's great if there's distractions. There's a reason that I want to say it was the Beatles. I think it was the Beatles have like one of the highest televised live performances of all time. And they sold so many records. But why? Because people wanted to watch live. There's just something about knowing you're going to get authenticity in it that makes it so legit. Like, live TV is very different than a curated, edited, formatted to fit a certain narrative, right? The same is going to go for your content. So if you go live and you don't need a script, you just need a strategy. You just need a couple bullet points of the main point you want to get across. Then it doesn't really matter if you and It doesn't really matter if you stutter. Because then you're going to be inspiring people if you...
It matters to those people who feel embarrassed about it, and it's not that easy to just do it, just do it. I guess that's the best piece of advice these MLM people have. Whatever they talk about, it's always like, just do it and it will be fine. No.
Have a stutter or a difference that you are displaying while you're live, it actually will inspire people. And if you're, and I say this as a mother of a child with a disability, the way I coach her through life is you walk different. People are going to notice. If people are staring at you, smile at them. And I just love when people embrace their authenticity. But I do know that the more you practice something, the better you get at it. And if you are on this platform and you feel like you're beating your head against a wall because you're so worried about posting a reel and it, maybe you don't even ever show your face. Like maybe you never even talk to the camera.
Going live and live streaming on Instagram is not going to help fix your stutter. This is not helpful, isn't it?
Camera. And you're wondering why you are not successful or not growing connection or growing a customer base or growing a following. It could be because you're just another page on Instagram. It's not you. Like you aren't showing you on your platform. You're literally just being another profile. Does that make sense? Like we need to get your personality into your social media. And that is
there's a thing like algorithm, Christina, as well. If you train people on social media, you should probably mention the algorithm as well. Because it doesn't matter even if you get your personality out there. If you have a small social media account, that doesn't really matter. Like an Instagram or whatever other app may not push your content out there.
Huge disconnect I see as people, you look at these big following accounts. They had to do so much of establishing their brand. Like if you look at anybody, okay, and I've done a lot of research on this, if you look at anybody that's in a niche that has found like one thing that works for them, I'm going to use one of my girlfriends. She walks on a treadmill and she does different dances on a walking pad, and it's hilarious. And she had one reel like kind of spark up, so then she's done a bunch more, and so they're all going viral right now. If you scroll back far enough, you see her as a human giving the base to this page. And be careful what you wish for. If you are right now wishing, oh, I just know a viral post would change my business, but you are afraid of being judged, you probably couldn't handle a viral post. People are mean. You're going to want to delete comments. You're probably going to even want to archive the post after a while because it can wear on you. And I say this because I have a lot of women on my team that I've watched this happen to. And it's like, be careful what you wish for. So the better way to build, instead of hoping for virality, and actually majority of my posts don't even perform that insanely, but they build a connection with the people that are meant to follow me, that are meant to connect with me, that are drawn to the specifics of what I share in my story and my vulnerabilities and my truths. And this can be the case for you. If you have friends, if you have people that you socialize with, if you have anybody that you talk to on the phone or message, you can be going live and utilizing that to build a connection with your audience. So your issue isn't you're posting the wrong things. The issue is you're hiding yourself from your page. Like people, it may have your name on it, but your presence is like...
I have to disagree with this, Christina. I really do. Because again, there are things like the algorithm, how many followers do you have? There's so many things that can affect all of this. It doesn't really have anything to do with personality. At least when it comes to these people, I presume the majority of people that are watching her live stream are people at the bottom of the pyramid scheme, in my opinion, product-based pyramid scheme. People at the bottom of her downline and her team who don't have a following on social media. So they're like talking to nobody probably when they go live, if they go live.
Nowhere there. And I'm not saying your likeness, because you can have a picture on your page. People can know, oh, okay, that's Holly. I went to school with Holly. But until Holly is talking to the camera and being Holly in the flesh here in front of the camera, there's really no connection to Holly other than these are Holly's pictures. This is Holly's likeness.
I don't really, you can post reels, you can post photos, you can post stories. They don't have to be live streams. I don't understand why they're pushing live streaming. It's like, who has the time in the day to be watching random people live streaming on social media. Am I the only one who feels that way? I really don't know.
You're not gonna remember, oh man, yeah, she was that chick I went to high school with. I do remember her. I remember that chick was funny. That chick was cool. That chick was crazy. That chick, like, you want people to be reminded of you, not just look at a likeness of you, if that makes sense. So anyway, let's see if there's any more comments. I feel very nervous on Instagram. Well, were you nervous the first time you drove a car? Were you nervous your first day on the job? I remember my first day working at Nordstrom in Brass Plum in its heyday, okay? There was like 100 different buttons on this thing. I had to learn what categories each item was, what button I push. I mean, that was probably one of the most nervous I've been. If you've ever worked as a server in a restaurant, were you nervous that you wouldn't remember all the booth numbers or the table numbers or the sections, or if you forgot someone's order? Trust me, I was a server once, one weekend at a sports bar. I never did it again. I didn't even go back. I was like, this is too much for me, okay? But, okay, so perfect. The better you know the material, the less you will say unm. That is very true. So the more practice you get. Now, basically, you drive and you don't even know how you get some places. Like, you go so on autopilot, that is legitimately what can happen. And what do we know about comfort zones? We know that we don't grow while we're in comfort zones. If you want your business to grow, you need to get your business, which is you, aka you are your brand. You need to get uncomfortable. And there's more than just being a good speaker. There's so much that this does. When I go back or I share like a video of one of my first lives, you can.
But then if you create things that you're gonna say, if you write down a list that you're gonna say, then some people are just gonna come on live stream and just read it without any emotion. There's so much that goes into public speaking that people have to like learn and what's the word I'm looking for? Improve in, right? And I'm not getting that from Christina. Like, Christina, this could have been an email. But I'm not finding her tips very helpful. I don't know about you guys.
See visibly how nervous I am. You can see this like unanimatedness because I like look like I'm getting like held at gunpoint to do this live. I look like very unexcited. For whatever reason, I told myself if I'm too excited, then people are going to think I'm trying to sell them. So I literally looked like this and like, oh yeah, like I have to share it. I'll share it. But then you can see this. You can see how comfortable I am on the camera. You can see that I just go live all the time. So that transformation in and of itself speaks more volumes than what I'm actually saying in the live. Does that make sense? I'm showing the progression. I'm showing the journey of it. Okay. I waffle in my lives, so I feel like they are unnecessarily long. That's okay. The #1 podcast in the world is 3 hours long. And also, the more you kind of get all that rambling out, the more you actually learn. And I would say actually go practice.
What is the #1 podcast in the world? Because I bet they're not talking about MLM products on that 3-hour long podcast. I'm pretty sure I am correct on that one, but I'm gonna wrap that one up here. This could have been an email, really. She can go on for 25 minutes about why people should go live streaming. I don't find her advice helpful, and I don't think people going live on Instagram or anywhere else is actually gonna help them with their MLM business. The majority of them don't make any profit anyway. The Monat's income disclosure statement, as always, is linked in the description box below. If you're new, you can take a look at it. But who has the time, again, in the day to be watching a random person talking about their MLM products for like 40 minutes or something? Even me, when I react to that Arbon huns, Stephanie, her live streams are always so long. Her live streams are like 40 plus minutes every time, almost every time. And I never make it to the end, even though I just can't. Like, it's too long. It should be shortened to the point, I think, to be more consumable for people nowadays. So I don't think that her advice, Christina's advice, is helpful, but you let me know down below what you thought about this. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to click the like button if you enjoyed the video. And as always, be sure to tell my channel members. Thank you guys for being here. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.